HHH 1822 here to review WWE Saturday Night Main Event. Talk about an emotional night from a lot of WWE fans. And before we got to the event, it was awesome to see on Twitter all the sport pages post old John Cena pictures wearing the throwback jerseys. Because during that time period of the Thugonomics days, throwback jerseys was such a huge deal. Every single time John Cena was on SmackDown, I always look forward to watching John Cena on SmackDown to see what throwback jersey he will have on. I remember seeing John Cena the first time on SmackDown, slap McCurdy, saying ruthless aggression, and I witnessed his final match, December 13, 2025. Time waits for no one. And all I asked for, W, just put on a good show. But did they deliver the goods? If you want to know, please take the end review for my final overall thoughts on the show. So, we kick things off with Obafemi versus Cody Rhodes, and this was a good match. The crowd in Washington, D.C. understood the assignment because they reacted to Obafemi entry. One of my favorite entries in professional wrestling. This is such a big spot for Obafemi. And of course, the guy delivered in this match as expected. The crowd really enjoyed this one. Now, I knew before we got this match, it was going to be a predictable outcome. Drew McIntyre interferes. No disqualification. The crowd did not like it. The people online did not like it one bit. But you got to understand, Drew McIntyre and Cody Rhodes are feudal, so Cody cannot take the loss. It would have been great to see Oba get that win. But all he needed was just to look good, and he did that. Obafemi will win Royal Rumbles. He will main event WrestleMania. That's how good this guy is. He is ready to put the rock on the bet. And you know what? I would not mind one bit if he be the guy to be Brock Lesnar's final opponent when he decides to retire next year at SummerSlam, which is in Minnesota. Now, when it comes to Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre, this has been one of the most frustrating feuds for me. If McIntyre does not beat Cody Rhodes, talk about one of the worst world title programs to ever take place in the Triple H era. Bayley versus Sol Ruka. On Twitter, I posted, Bayley's value at today in WWE is helping to elevate future women of the women's division. I did like this match right here. Ruka is so athletic, and once she continues to get better, like tell better stories, she will be one of the best talents in the women's division in the WWE. Every time I watch Ruka, I'm just so blown by the stuff she can do in the ring, and she wearing Vans. Wow. And Ruka is the winner. Great that Bayley was able to give her the rub. The WWE Tag Team Championship match, AJ Styles, Dragon Lee versus Leon Slater, and he's bouncing Javon Evans. Talk about a very fast-paced action match. The crowd chanted, "This is awesome." AJ Styles did, but actually, it played into the match. It was like a good box that really worked for the match. You know, AJ Styles compared to those two YNs. If you don't know what I mean, that's just totally fine. Javon Evans, Leon Slater, future WrestleMania program. Sorry, Tina, you're going to lose this guy to the W. Both guys are just 21 years old. And watch them together. Oh, my God. It's such an adrenaline rush. And you can see the crowd and Washington, D.C. Like, oh, my God. And Leon Slater, he did like this 450 into something else. Incredible, man. Just incredible. But AJ Styles, Dragon Lee retained their W Tag Team Championship. So we have a segment with The Miz, and The Miz feel like no one paying attention to him because he played a huge part in the history of John Cena, and he went back to wearing the same coat and rain gear when he defeated John Cena at WrestleMania 27 to retain his W Championship. R-Truth come out, talking about some balls. I was so confused at the moment. Like, what's going on right between R-Truth and The Miz? But then we get the main roster debut of I Believe in Joe Hendry. Joe Hendry and R-Truth takes out The Miz. They both do the "You Can't See Me" to The Miz. The crowd pop big time for Joe Hendry. I'm so happy he's finally on W program, and I cannot wait to see what they're going to do with Joe Hendry and what show will he be on. Raw, SmackDown, or they might send him to NXT. I don't know, but I hope he be on the main roster brand. He does not need NXT. Now let's talk about the match everybody are here for. Gunther versus John Cena. This was the match of the night. This match showed why Gunther was the right guy. The heel heat was excellent for Gunther. The crowd was chanting, "Fuck you, Gunther." The story of the match on Gunther's side for John Cena's final match, he will tap out John Cena. Hearing the crowd chant Super Cena was so funny because, like, why this was never chanted during the days when he was hated by a lot of the IWC members. That really made me sad after hearing the crowd chant Super Cena. And watching Cena do the "You Can't See Me," how the crowd reacted, the crowd singing his theme song, Lillian Garcia doing induction. Everything was just awesome about John Cena's final night. And then when John Cena, for the last time, did the "You Can't See Me," and the crowd, they were so loud. It was just awesome to see what took place tonight in San Raymond and Washington, D.C. As the match continued to go on, it looked like John Cena might get the win after all these AAs. But then he kept getting put in these submission moves, which were sleeper holds. Then the final one, you can see John Cena smiling. Taps out. Yes, John Cena taps out in his final match as a W superstar. The crowd were not a fan of this. So many shocked faces in Washington. Kind of reminded me of March Madness when the team schools get upset and the crowd just totally shocked. The crowd booed Triple H, which was hilarious. The crowd was so invested in John Cena's final match, they forgot the fact that when you go out on top, you always put over someone. But that's how invested they were into the John Cena match. They totally forgot about that part. But as time go on, they were like, "Oh yeah, he's supposed to do that right there." But it was still funny to see the crowd say "fuck Triple H" and just boo the entire finish. Then they show a video package for the last time of John Cena. John Cena looking at it. You can see the emotion in John Cena's face. John Cena went up the ramp, said his last words into the camera to all the W fans at the show and also home like me. So, one of the greatest to ever do it, and a W superstar officially hung up the jorts, took off the boots, took off the armbands. He's left with his socks on with the iconic jorts. CM Punk, Kudos did come out. Can't forget that part. They put both belts on him. And you did hear Vince McMahon voice part of that video package. So, John Cena, my final salute to you. I appreciate the time period I had with you as a W fan, watching you from having your debut match against Kurt Angle to Gunther tonight. I'll never forget you. And good luck to you in Hollywood. I'm happy to see John Cena go out on top in a very good match. See fresh new talent tonight on Saturday Night Main Event. And I really enjoyed this show. By far the best Saturday Night Main Event show this year from the W. So if you watch Saturday Night Main Event like me, give me your thoughts on the show. Negative, positive, I will respond everybody in the comment section per usual. Hit the like button on this video. As always, don't forget, hit the subscribe button. I'm out. Peace.